which is something brand new and the lowest price you're going to see on it for the next 6 months. Adina Michio's here. Hi, Adina.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Mwah.
Great to be here with you, Jill. Thank you for having me here.
When Adina and I were meeting earlier, these are from David's Desserts or David's Cookies, everybody. She said, well, today, she's like, no cookies, we're just talking lemon bars. And I'm like, wait a minute. What you need to know about Jill Bauer is I love lemon squares. And in fact, my recipe for lemon squares that's on QVC.com is like one of my most popular recipes.
Which is amazing.
And when you started talking to me about how they baked it, I'm like, oh yeah, yep. Then you pour it on the crust when it's hot. Yep, that's it. So I can tell you this is a really good lemon bar. And if you love lemon bars, lemon squares, you're gonna love this opportunity to get 2 of these trays. Each one, look how thick they are. These are not the really thin, skinny ones. These are big, thick 8x8 squares, each one 26 ounces, right? So 3¼ pounds total of lemon bars that are delivered to your door that you can cut or slice or make big or small, however you want to. I say stack these in your freezer, and when you need those last minute desserts or, you know, all of a sudden company's coming over and what are you going to do?
Right.
You pull one of these out, you cut them up. I've never met a person who doesn't like a lemon square.
Right.
Right? And talk about how gourmet these are, Adina.
Made from scratch as everything is in the David's Bakery, delivered right to your door.
Yes.
And we start with all the ingredients that you could find in our kitchen here at QVC or your kitchen at home. That's the David's difference, as we call it. So we start with that shortbread style crust. We don't skimp on it. It's tender, it's flaky, it's double baked, right? Because that's what you have to do. We have to make the dough, we have to bake the dough. Then what do? We make a real lemon curd. And how is that made? But it is made with fresh lemon juice, whole eggs, pure cane sugar, but never too sweet because we don't want to cover up all those wonderful ingredients that we start with at David's.
And the key is you make your shortbread crust first, you put it in your pan, and you bake it for 8 to 10 minutes. You get that baking process started. Then when the crust is hot, you pour your lemon mixture on top of it. Why do you do that? Because that's what makes it somewhat gooey in the middle, which is what's so good. And then you finish baking it off. You top it off with a little extra powdered sugar if you'd like to. And you dive in. I'm gonna slice myself a little piece.
And you know what? We do all of that for you, and please do. But what I love about these, to your earlier point, these come in those big.
Look how much lemon is there, okay? Like this is what you want to see. How many times have you had a lemon square where it's like all crust and only a little lemon? Look at the shortbread to lemon curd filling ratio there, right?
It's really key. It's almost like a 50-50. And what's perfect is you were able to cut off the exact amount that you wanted to, right?
Really good. The shortbread isn't too hard or dense, right? It's tender and slightly crumbly. And then you get that nice lemon layer. Not overly tart, a little sweet, really delicious.
And I love that because we're not masking anything.
It's very good.
With all of our ingredients, you're going to taste that lemon juice, but it's not that pucker up lemon juice. And then you're not, covered up by a bunch of sugar. We're showing you ideas. I love it over here for all of your spring holidays, whether it's just you enjoying a good old lemon bar or you're serving it to your guests. You can do it twice over so they arrive beautifully in these 8x8 trays.
Yep, you're gonna get 2 boxes like
this.
In
the David's Desserts box. So 2 boxes, store them in your freezer until you're ready to enjoy them, or up to 7 to 10 days in your refrigerator. They defrost beautifully. In fact, everything that you're seeing here, Jill, shipped right from the bakery just the way you would use it.
Love it. And what I love too is it's not pre-cut. So you really get to decide, am I gonna do little mini bites?
Right.
Am I gonna do slices, thinner slices, which is nice. Just one of those nice things that I think you'll really love having on hand in your freezer to pull out when the sweet tooth hits, or when you're looking for something different to serve for dessert instead of the same chocolate chip or whatever might be sort of your go-to dessert. Maybe you're taking something for Easter and you're not a baker, but you'd like to take something that will be very complimentary to the Easter meal. This fresh, light lemon is always delicious. The textures are nice. It's all baked for you. Again, not overly tart, not overpowering in lemon. In fact, the texture is right, and then you sort of get that sweet lemon flavor as almost like an afternote after you bite into it. So it's subtle but really delicious. And I think kids will like this too because it's not too gooey or harsh of a lemon curd.
Right. And understanding what a lemon curd is, right? I mean, I had to call the bakery and ask them to explain what a lemon curd is. A lemon curd is made with pure lemon juice, whole eggs, and of course that cane sugar. And it makes this, to Jill's point, it makes this perfect marriage, this consistency that just is so lovely, especially in this time of the year when we're trying to welcome in spring.
Right.
I mean, I can't get here fast enough.
Right.
But you know what? We are going to welcome it in with these lemon bars, and you can do it. And I love what you mentioned, Jill, cutting off a little piece at a time. Or maybe, look, when my food stylist cut this, I said, wait a minute.
Yeah, who's gonna do that?
Who is eating this?
Don't eat that much. You may want to resist. All right, here's what you need to know. Close to 2,000 of these ordered. The immediate ship, almost gone. So, but here's the thing. The other ship week is next week. So it's the week of the 19th, still guaranteed to get to you in time for Easter. No problem, just use your credit card. Here's what you also need to know. We might reorder this item, but it will not be this price if you see it again for at least the next 6 months. So this is the lowest price you're gonna see on this before Easter, before Mother's Day, before graduations, before Father's Day. How about before 4th of July? Because let's face it, chocolate desserts in the height of summer equal mess. Melty chocolate, it gets too gooey. The nice thing about a lemon square is that even when the temperatures warm up, it still holds itself together really well. And I think that's why so many people love it as a dessert. You don't have to heat up your oven to bake these. You're just pulling these out of the freezer. I would for me, I might take one batch of them and pre-cut them up into pieces. So they're just easy enough to reach into the freezer, grab out a bar, let it thaw out for a half an hour, and then I'm ready to go. Or to put in the kids' lunches. My daughter Kylie, I wish she was here. She could probably be a guest for you in the future on lemon bars.
I love it.
Because let me tell you, that girl has never met a lemon bar she didn't like. But she would love these because look at the balance again between all the lemon curd and then that delicious tender kind of shortbread. It's almost more like shortcake. You know, it's not real hard the way some shortbread cookies are. There's some more tenderness to that.
Yes, and again, it's because of the way we make it. It is that double baked process, right? You have to start with your shortbread style dough. You then have to par bake it. You then have to let that cool. Then you're going to mix your lemon curd, the lemon juice, and it is going to, look, I love even showing this. It's just so tender to the touch.
Yep, really good. So if you're interested, again, you're getting 2 of these. Here's what one looks like. You can always add a little more powdered sugar on top if you'd like to. Here's the second one. They're both coming in individual David's dessert boxes. No frozen dry ice with these,
No dry ice. In fact, they'll arrive right from the David's Bakery to your door, so you can enjoy them in 7 to 10 days in your refrigerator, or just pop them in the freezer. They defrost in just a few moments, really.
Yeah,
I mean, as fast as you want them to defrost, they'll defrost for you.
You can cut it up into any size bar you'd like. But again, I'm going to hold, like, to me, the sweet spot is the one that's, when if you do it into 9, the one that's right in the center. Right? Like Alice from the Brady Bunch, like her square.
9 pieces, 18 pieces, you'd be right. I love that, exactly, the center square.
Look here, like look at all of the balance between that shortbread and all that lemon. And it's not just on that side, but it's all the way around this bar.
Oh, thanks
and then
for
there's the
showing
back
that,
side
Jill.
of that delicious I mean, just everything about it's really good. Okay, tell me that again, Frank. We brought in 4,500. Shipping immediately is last call. March 26th, sorry, 800 left. All right, we'll ship them out right away, or we ship them out the week of March 26th. I'm sorry, I said next week, the 19th. The 26th is when these will ship out, but still guaranteed to get to you before Easter as long as you use a credit card. Lowest price you're gonna see, and again, 3 1/4